alongside Hall of Famers Doran. Burke and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Here we go. It'll be the Wizards off the tip. Wall looking over the floor. And Gobert with a block. Fast break, Minnesota. Outside, DiVincenzo. And Wall pulls it down. All right, Grant, when we talk about the range Trae Young possesses, just how dangerous can this guy be?
Well, when he's on, he's a nightmare matchup for defenses. Once he crosses half court, he's a threat to score, which in turn really helps open up the floor for everyone else on his team.
Down low. Stolen by Sarr. Randall with a steal. For three, DiVincenzo. And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. And he can't jam it through. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. He spoke about their defensive schemes tonight, especially in relation to Anthony Davis. He said it's essential that we limit his impact. We have to stay strong inside and not allow Davis to intimidate us no matter what. Strong words from coach. We'll see if his guys can make it happen. Back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Back to DiVincenzo. Pass to Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, Julius Randall with a little flavor on the finish.
Outside Wall. DiVincenzo with a steal. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Now here's Randall. To the inside. Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
And that is DiVincenzo simply willing the ball in the bucket. That's 2 points the hard way.
Here's Wall. And he banks in the layup.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And stolen by Gobert. And here's Edwards. Pass to Randall. And there's a defensive 3-second call. Minnesota shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee. And while they struggle to win games, the Wizards are focused on achieving what they call smaller wins, Doris.
B.A., I think this is an incredibly smart approach for this reason. You do not have enough yet, talent and experience combined, to win in the NBA. So you have to look for the positives as you try to develop your program, which means draft well. Player development is absolutely critical, and your ability to celebrate those smaller wins means you're making progress.
Now here's Dunn. Outside Johnson. The three. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Dunn with a steal. Puts up a deep three. Washington again can't hit. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Edwards. Got a hand on it.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
Minnesota's shooting their second and third free throws tonight. Without a doubt, Ant-Man is one of the most entertaining players in the league, Doris.
You cannot take your eyes off Anthony Edwards when he's playing in a basketball game. The skill set is electric. But beyond that, he's got a 1,000-watt smile, and he understands this is an entertainment medium.
Yeah, still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Johnson with a double team. To the middle. Here's Gobert. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Dunn outside. Pass to Johnson. Lets the three fly. And it's Gobert with a rebound. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I'd go for it.
Here's Spencer. Covered by Johnson. Inside. Here's Gobert. Fontecchio left side. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And that one's good. Bold.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
Pass to Gobert. Outside Edwards. Back to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Johnson for three. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Wizards. They lead by 1. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Wizards.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Woo! When you finish like that, you deserve to brag.
Impressive, no question.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
All right, Doris, when you're talking about the type of player who comes off the bench, what kind of player do you like best in that six-man role?
I mean, for me personally, I love guys who can keep pressure on the defense with their scoring ability. Somebody who can shoot with range or put it on the deck, because then your offense doesn't take a step back.
Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Over to the wing. Pass to Spencer. 6 to shoot. Back to Reed. Fires from deep. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. And here's Wall. He'll bring it up for Washington. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here's Spencer. To the paint. Pass to Reed. Kennard with the rebound. The Wizards with a lead. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Minnesota. Randall with it. He's picked up by Jones. Back to Fontecchio. Pass to Randall. Outside, DiVincenzo. Stolen by Kennard. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, guys. Chris Finch getting buy-in from his players top to bottom. Anthony Edwards said he's such a great coach and just a likable person. He will coach you hard, and he comes in ready to work every day. You look forward to working with someone like that. Guys, back to you.
Has them bought in. Thanks much for the report, Allie.
What normally he makes that defense gets lucky there.
And it's Randall with the jam.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randle.
Here's Coulibaly. Outside for Davis. Kennard outside. George sets a screen. Just 5 on the clock. And Fontecchio pulls it down.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
For 3, Randall. Rebound by the Wizards. Outside Jones. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Pass to Davis. Comes up empty down low. from Gobert.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's. Oh, wow!
My goodness, you see the elite athleticism of Bilal Coulibaly with a little sauce.
Pass to Gobert. Back to Randall. Inside. Gobert, no good. Outside Coulibaly. And here's Davis. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
That is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers it home.
Fontecchio with the ball. No made baskets yet. Pass to Edwards. Inside. Edwards lays it in.
Boy, Edwards so good in close. This guy has got touch and strength, everything you could ask for.
Here's Coulibaly. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Rudy Gobert picks one up. Washington shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Good on both.
I think for Bilal Coulibaly, it's really about being consistent. If he's able to become an efficient shooter, this guy's going to be a problem.
Edwards for 3. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Wizards out in front, up by 2. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Back to DiVincenzo for the lead. Sarr pulls it in. And we've seen the Wizards churning their roster, Doris, with an eye toward the future.
Yes, and that BA means inevitably absorbing those extended losing streaks, but you're doing it at least with a plan in mind. You need talent to win, and I'm talking big-time talent. And the best way to develop that talent is with patience. So there's a process they're following. If you try something like that, you better be sure to complete it.
DiVincenzo on the wing. Pass to McDaniels. Now Randall. Now here's Gobert. Check by Davis. Gobert no good.
0 for 3 to start the second half. You've got to start finding your footing here.
Here's Wall. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Edwards. And it's blocked by Davis.
We've seen this before, folks. Anthony Edwards takes it right at the defense, and they have to get physical with him.
Doris, what's amazing about Ant-Man, he's worked to become an elite floor spacer.
The reason that's important, BA, is because we know what a dangerous driver and what a force at the rim Anthony Edwards can be. What I love is he's worked to become a legit threat, and he leaned heavily into that three-point game. So important in the modern NBA.
We haven't seen many buckets like that one. These teams have struggled to dial in their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind. Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal. Well, these are the plays he's looking to make every single trip up the floor. Very offensive-minded guy.
Outside for Davis. Back to Wall. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And again,